So, HBO have finally revealed a first look at the Great Hall in the new Harry Potter TV series. What does the Great Hall look like? We're about to find out, but there seems to be one glowing problem with it, and I'm going to discuss it with you guys. But before I do, I'd really appreciate it if you guys could subscribe, as this is a new channel and I'd really appreciate your support. Also, if you're interested in more content like this, I will be covering the new HBO show and anything Harry Potter related that drops. So if you don't want to miss any of that, then be sure to subscribe. But without further ado, let's get straight to it. There was a video that dropped on HBO, which is basically a behind the scenes look at the new Harry Potter TV series. Now, one of the things that's kind of interesting about this is that they showed us some aspects of the new show in the trailer. I was going to break it down, but honestly, it's a lot of what we've already seen. You know, we've kind of seen glimpses of the train and, you know, different scenes with characters and so on and so on. But we did get a couple of glimpses of the new Great Hall, which has been somewhat hidden away in the trailers. I'm not really sure why, but they've kind of not really showed us anything from it. One of the things that people have been looking forward to at this interpretation of Harry Potter is seeing it sort of revisioned in a way, because I kind of want a different interpretation to the story. You know, the movies were so brilliant, I loved them, and I am kind of sad that we're getting a reimagining of this story so quick. But the fact that we're actually getting a new version that's allegedly so much more faithful is not something that I'm upset about. However, take a look at this screenshot. This is the Great Hall. Now, I think from one angle, this angle particularly, this looks like the Hogwarts Legacy Great Hall. I can see that they've added a balcony up top where you can see they've gone for a different sort of look to it. That dark, moody lighting seems to be a common thing in modern era of shows. This looks very much like something off Game of Thrones with how dark this actual image looks. However, if you do look a little closer, it's almost the same as the one from the movies. I don't know if you guys are clocking this, but if you take a look, I know that in the books the Great Hall is pretty much described a certain way, so it's hard to sort of do something different with what's already been perfected. But if you guys take a look at the door, that is the exact same door that they have used in the films, and it's also the same archway. And it has me wondering if they're going to change things about the story, if they're going to have their own different interpretation on how, you know, they're going to present things. Because John Lithgow already said in this behind the scenes featurette that we're going to be seeing things that weren't really seen in the book, which already tells me this will deviate from the original book and movies, because we're going to be seeing things that we didn't see before. So we're getting something different with that, but we're still using the material from the films. I mean, why? This is my issue. I'm very excited to see this show. I'm looking forward to it. But if there's one thing that kind of does not make sense to me, I feel like if you asked anybody to sit down and design a Great Hall, they could come with so many interpretations. There's so many things they can craft and create with the description of the Great Hall in the book that could be sort of different from the movies. Now, don't get me wrong. I said when I did a video on the trailer 2 weeks ago or last week that I thought that they were kind of keeping things the same to pay homage to the movies, because I think if you deviate too much, it alienates the audience, especially those that love the movies. They still want them people to watch this show. When you don't change things like that, you are setting yourself up for more of a comparison to be drawn. That is the problem. If you can draw a comparison so easily as it is, then it's going to be easier for people to compare, and nostalgia is very strong. People will not vouch for this show over the movies, especially yet. So I don't really understand why we're keeping this the same. Don't get me wrong, I'm still excited. I'm still looking forward to seeing it, but I feel like it's just too close to the movies for me to champion this Great Hall. I was so looking forward to seeing it. It's the most iconic part of Hogwarts, if you ask me, but it's very much the same. What do you guys think of the Great Hall? I'd love to hear some of your thoughts. If you could drop a comment below, I would really appreciate it. Are you liking this? Do you feel the same as me? What do you think? Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you somewhere in the Wizarding World, possibly down Diagon Alley.